The toxic partner you subconsciously worship. Check timestamps for your zodiac sign. Aries, the emotionally unavailable lover. Aries, you crave excitement and thrive off a challenge, often mistaking the thrill of pursuit for genuine emotional connection. You don't go for the easy, available partner. You're drawn to the one who feels just a little out of reach. At first, you're captivated by their adventurous spirit and the freedom they seem to offer. They swoop you off your feet with grand gestures and high-energy romance, only to withdraw just when you start to need something deeper. You convince yourself that the inconsistency is part of the passion. Your competitive nature drives you to win their affection, even as they continuously evade deeper commitment. You cling to the moments when they're all in, romanticizing them as proof that real intimacy is possible. But this person thrives on keeping you hooked, never fully giving you the emotional clarity you deserve. Aries, you're not losing because you can't make them stay. You're losing because you're fighting for someone who was never truly playing your game. Taurus, the familiar manipulator. Taurus, your soul craves stability and a love that feels like home. You dream of building a life side by side with a partner who shares your values. But sometimes your devotion leads you down the wrong path. You fall for the one who feels familiar, even when familiarity isn't healthy. Once you decide to commit, you stubbornly hold on, even when the reality doesn't match your dreams. Manipulators sense your soft heart and unwavering loyalty, weaving promises they never plan to keep. They give just enough affection to keep you tethered, feeding your hope in small, measured doses. Change terrifies you, so you excuse their behavior in the name of history and investment. You convince yourself that the bad moments are temporary, that your love will eventually heal what's broken. But Taurus, love isn't supposed to be a battlefield where you lose yourself trying to save someone else. You deserve a partner who doesn't exploit your loyalty, but honors it. Gemini, the one who always keeps you guessing. Gemini, you thrive on curiosity and mental stimulation, always craving something or someone that challenges your mind. It's no surprise you fall for the mysterious lover, the one who doesn't reveal their full hand. They kept you hooked at first with their unpredictable energy, their spark, their tantalizing layers you couldn't wait to peel back. But unpredictability that once thrilled you has now become emotional whiplash. You've realized that while they excite you, they don't ground you. You spend more time guessing their feelings than actually connecting with them. They provide just enough charm to keep you second-guessing yourself, while avoiding the real intimacy you deserve. You end up investing your brilliant mind and heart into decoding their mixed signals instead of building something lasting. Gemini, relationships aren't puzzles meant to leave you confused. You need someone whose communication matches your own. Direct, thoughtful, and open. Stop romanticizing the chaos. You deserve clarity, not endless questions. Cancer, the selfish partner. Cancer, your capacity for unconditional love is one of your most beautiful traits, and also the one that toxic partners exploit the easiest. Once you fall, you give your whole heart without hesitation. You nurture, you comfort, you forgive, and in doing so, you attract partners who are eager to take but slow to give. The selfish lover spots your generosity from a mile away, recognizing that you'll sacrifice your own happiness for the sake of the relationship. In the beginning, they seem to reciprocate your emotional depth, but slowly, they stopped trying. You find yourself giving and giving, hoping they'll return to the tenderness they once showed you. You excuse their neglect because you remember the good times, but those memories are now crumbs keeping you stuck. Cancer, love isn't about starving yourself for affection. A true partner will meet your loyalty with equal devotion. Stop convincing yourself you're safe in their arms when all you feel is hollow. Leo, the insecure lover. Leo, your natural radiance lights up every room you enter, and for a while, your partner basked in your glow. In the beginning, they showered you with admiration and grand gestures, making you feel like you were the center of their universe. It felt like the perfect match, someone who saw your light and celebrated it. But as time passed, their admiration soured into resentment. Your natural charisma, the very thing that first drew them to you, became a threat to their fragile sense of self. Instead of standing proudly beside you, they began to compete with you, dimming your light whenever they could. They masked their insecurity by criticizing you, subtly undermining your confidence. You stay devoted, Leo, Because you believe in loyalty and second chances. They know exactly which buttons to push to pull you back in. But true love doesn't involve shrinking yourself to protect someone else's ego. Remember, Leo, real love feels like sunlight, not like fighting off shadows. Virgo, the fixer-upper. Virgo, your heart is wired to nurture and heal. You instinctively take on the burdens of those you love, often without even realizing it. It's no surprise you fall for the fixer-upper, the partner whose life feels like a project you can improve. In the beginning, you feel a sense of purpose, helping them organize their chaos and become their best self. You pour endless energy into solving their problems, thinking your love can transform them. But over time, the scales become unbalanced. You carry the emotional, mental, and even financial weight, while they coast along, offering little in return. You ignore your exhaustion, convincing yourself that one day they'll appreciate all you've done. But Virgo, love isn't meant to feel like another job. You're worthy of a partner who meets you where you are, not someone who sees your heart as a tool for survival. You deserve someone who cares for you as fiercely as you care for them, without needing to be fixed first. Libra, the emotional vampire. Libra, you crave balance, partnership, and deep emotional connection. Your romantic nature sees the best in people, sometimes at the cost of ignoring the worst. You fall for the emotional vampire, the partner who takes everything you have to give and leaves you emotionally drained. In the beginning, they charmed you with sweet words and dreamy promises, saying all the right things to make you believe in the fantasy of forever. But soon enough, their actions stopped matching their words. They leaned on you for constant validation, expecting you to sacrifice your needs for the sake of harmony. When you finally try to assert yourself, they twist your concerns into accusations, making you feel guilty for wanting more. Libra, love isn't about silencing yourself to keep someone else comfortable. You deserve a partnership where your voice is heard and valued, not manipulated or dismissed. Stop romanticizing potential. Real love supports your spirit. It doesn't siphon the life out of it. Scorpio, the controlling and possessive partner. Scorpio, your intensity is unmatched. You love with a depth and ferocity that others can barely comprehend. You crave passion and sometimes mistake obsession for love. It's easy for you to fall into relationships where control is disguised as devotion. In the beginning, their jealousy and possessiveness felt flattering, even thrilling, affirming your desire to be deeply wanted. But over time, the passion you once admired turns suffocating. They seek to control your every move, confusing domination with affection. Their love isn't about building a bond, it's about possessing you. Yet you stay, romanticizing the highs and dismissing the lows, telling yourself that love is supposed to burn this brightly. Scorpio, love doesn't have to hurt to be real. True intimacy isn't about chains or ownership. It's about trust, freedom, and mutual empowerment. You deserve a partner who respects your power, not one who tries to steal it for themselves. Don't confuse intensity with unconditional love. You can have both passion and peace. Sagittarius, the inconsistent lover. Sagittarius, your spirit is wild and free, craving adventure, novelty, and the thrill of exploration. At first, you were drawn to a partner who mirrored your desire for excitement, someone who respected your need for independence. They were a breath of fresh air, until they weren't. As you grew closer, you opened your heart, but they remained elusive, always keeping one foot out the door. They charmed you with dreams of conquering the world together, but their actions never matched their words. They're inconsistent, breaking promises and disappearing when you need them most. And yet, every time you're ready to walk away, they reel you back in with grand gestures and sweet words. You crave adventure, not emotional whiplash, Sagittarius. You deserve someone who offers freedom and consistency, someone who doesn't just match your wanderlust, but honors your heart as well. Stop mistaking instability for excitement. The right partner will be your anchor and your wings, not another storm you have to weather alone. Capricorn, the textbook perfect partner. Capricorn, you've always been practical, goal-oriented, and deeply committed to creating a stable future. You seek a partner who fits into the life you've carefully built, a person who looks good on paper, checking off all the traditional boxes. Early on, you convince yourself that you've made the right choice because they embody ambition, responsibility, and drive, just like you hoped. But beneath the surface, something is missing. They prioritize their work, their status, their ambitions, everything but you. You constantly feel like an afterthought, clinging to the image of the perfect life you're supposed to be building together. You stay because it feels safe, familiar, and right by society's standards. Capricorn, you deserve more than a well-matched resume. Love isn't just about appearances or achievements. It's about deep emotional intimacy and shared joy. Stop convincing yourself to settle for someone who can offer you structure, but not real connection. The right partner will make you feel like their favorite priority, not their last. Aquarius, the bully. Aquarius, your heart is enormous, your spirit revolutionary, and your mind endlessly curious. You believe in people's potential, often long before they believe in themselves. Because of this beautiful openness, you sometimes attract those who see your light not as something to admire, but something to control. You fall for the partner who bullies under the guise of tough love, someone who mocks your ideals, belittles your uniqueness, and exploits your vulnerabilities. They make you feel small for dreaming big. At first, you rationalize their cruelty, telling yourself they simply don't understand you, or that your relationship is just different. But Aquarius, love should never make you question your worth. You're meant to soar, to innovate, to lead, not to shrink under the weight of someone else's insecurity. The right person will honor your individuality, not mock it. Don't confuse being challenged with being disrespected. True love will empower you to be even more yourself, not force you to dim your brilliance to fit their comfort zone. Pisces, the narcissist. Pisces, your heart is tender, vast, and endlessly forgiving. You believe so deeply in love that you're willing to overlook glaring red flags in the name of hope and compassion. This beautiful but dangerous optimism makes you vulnerable to narcissists, partners who mirror your dreams just long enough to draw you in. In the beginning, they overwhelmed you with affection, grand gestures, and declarations of destiny. It felt like you had finally found your soulmate. But over time, their mask slipped. They stopped seeing you as a person and started treating you as a source of constant validation. They feed off your empathy, knowing you'll give second, third, and 10th chances, clinging to the memory of who they were at the start. Pisces, love isn't supposed to feel like a sacrifice of self. You deserve a partner who cherishes your softness, not someone who weaponizes it for their own gain. Protect your heart. The right love will feel nourishing, not depleting. Thank you for watching the video and let us know your thoughts in comments box below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to get all the updates.